Thanks for tuning into the Realtor Moms podcast. We are Tasha and Jamie, full-time realtors and admittedly average moms. This is how we sell homes and try to keep our kids alive.
Today on the Realtor Moms podcast, we are talking about little money, big impact.
So what Jamie, when she brings up little money, big impact, what we think about is if you're going to list your home to sell, what are those items that are going to cost little money and provide the most impact in terms of what your dollar for value is when you go to sell your home?
Yeah, your return on investment. What can you do to spend a little and get the biggest return on investment?
Exactly.
So we looked at each other's list right off the bat, and I know we both hit the number one. We picked the same thing right off the bat. We're probably like almost every other realtor in town who's going to tell you should paint.
Yes.
If it needs paint, I mean,
not all houses will need it, but a lot of times it's just that fresh paint, especially with the color scheme that is in style currently. It really speaks to people saying, I know on your listings, along with mine, if it has recently been painted, we promote that because then that's an item that our buyers don't have to think about when they move in, unless they really need to change the color to fit their color scheme.
Totally. You've got that one, wall that's that sagey green color from 1999, and we all still like the color.
And I'm also thinking that burgundy color that
the
was
red
very
burgundy wine color. They're beautiful colors.
2008.
Bring it around, people. We got to be 2019, and that's just one way that you can make a big impact with a little bit of money.
Yes, it doesn't cost that much. It's more of a pain, but you will see the biggest return on your investment with paint.
Totally.
Then the other item I had, and I don't know where it is on your list, I know it's on the list, is carpet. New carpet, or, I did put in even some new flooring. I know things such as laminate, hardwood, or plank flooring can cost a little more, but anytime you add in new flooring, that's an item that buyers don't have to think about when they move in. They say, hey, this is new. We can live with this. We love it. We don't have to worry about it. And you will see the biggest return on your investment with that item.
We really see buyers trending towards wanting hard surface flooring.
Yes,
so
correct.
They're kind of leaning away from carpet and moving towards hard surface flooring and connecting spaces, even if they are separate rooms, connecting the kitchen, dining, living with the same flooring, maybe down the hallway and even into a bedroom or bathroom or, other room, using the same flooring throughout makes it a much easier decision than trying to match a whole bunch of different stuff, and just helps with the continuity and the flow of the house, even if you don't have that desirable open floor plan, which a lot of people tend to like. So perfect. I wanted to add to that, maybe you can't afford to do flooring, and maybe your carpet isn't in great condition, and you should always disclose when it's not. But you can really help wake up a space with a nice rug. And yes, you can put a rug on top of carpet. Just make it a low pile rug. Put one of those runners in between so it doesn't slide around on you. And some well-staged furniture will really change the visual impact of the room. Moving on.
Yes, the next item on my list is countertops.
Yeah, countertops. You would not believe they're not that expensive.
They are not.
They can be, but there are other choices too.
When my husband and I built our home 5 years ago, we decided to put in a high definition laminate countertop where in the price point we're in, it's expected to put in granite or quartz.
Sure.
But we made that choice because we decided, we'll put in a quartz down the road.
Right.
My husband and I are now probably looking within the next year to 2 years to putting in a quartz countertop. But that's a decision we made, knowing that at the time we just wanted the space we were in, and we could upgrade down the road. Right. But countertops, if you think about it, if you are going to replace flooring, you do have to move out all of the furniture.
Right.
But if you look at countertops, you just have to remove the items on the countertops and have them put on in.
Right.
It's really one of those items that is easy to change in terms of what you can do to update a space.
Yeah. And if you can afford to do the quartz or the granite or the stone surface, that's wonderful. And if you can't, those high definition laminates, there's a lot of really beautiful options out there that are totally worth a look. So moving on, decluttering and staging is one of my next ones. It doesn't really cost you anything except maybe the rental on a pod or a U-Haul or a storage unit. But get a good portion of your personal belongings out of the house so that It feels open and spacious. It doesn't feel like you're moving out because it's too small. The closets don't have them overstuffed. It really makes a visual impact for the buyer.
The other thing I also talk about is deep cleaning. If you do that deep clean and have it kind of fingertip, clean, it's white glove clean, it really does make the space more visually attractive to potential buyers.
Yeah, it seems move-in ready. It seems like it shows that you've really cared well for the home, and just has that much better of an impact on a buyer.
So the next item on my list is light fixtures.
Yes.
That's really a huge one. It really does not cost that much to change out a light fixture, and frankly, you can go to Lowe's, Menards. You don't have to spend a lot of money on that fixture, but just changing it out to away from the brass fixtures into something else really can make quite an impact.
If you've got brass hardware on cabinets or on light fixtures, that should really be something that you get into updating, because that's pretty dated. You don't want buyers to see your house as dated, and just bring it to something neutral. Maybe a pewter or soft gold is very popular right now. It might be a little too bold for some people, and let me say, soft gold is not brass.
Exactly.
Completely different. But even if a polished chrome, there's so many different options. Black, matte black, oil rubbed bronze. There's lots of different finishes. Look for something that is not brass and adds a lot of light to the space. And if you've got a space that feels small or has a low ceiling, look for something with a shade or a glass shade that does not just direct the light in a downward direction. Look for something with a shade that also emits light up, or a glass shade will emit light in all directions. Kind of steer away, especially in a small space, unless you want very specific directional light, steer away from those really dark shades that just point the light straight down. It'll make your space feel kind of cramped.
You also brought up the next on my list, which was cabinetry hardware.
I jumped into hardware a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but that was the next on my list. Yep. It's such a low cost item to change out that can really make the biggest impact possible.
Totally. So. And we're talking about like cabinets in your kitchen and in your bathroom. To do that, measure your spacing first before you go shopping. You want to know how far apart those drill holes need to be in order for your new set. But they're generally pretty standard. Once you're armed with that information on sizing, then you can go crazy and do some shopping. There's also a lot of online resources for cabinet hardware. So
exactly.
And it's fun to shop for. I like it.
It's fun. Well, we wouldn't be doing the job we do if we didn't find fun in this.
Right. So. And you can also, if you've got brass doorknobs, door hinges, you can go crazy and change those out too. But where you're going to see a lot of impact, I think, is the kitchen and the baths.
The kitchen and bathrooms, because that's what I see as well. So
totally. So that's our list. Thanks for listening in. And if you've got any suggestions, we'd love to hear what kind of impacts you think make a big difference. Thank you for listening. Replay or hear more episodes at RealtorMomsPodcast.com and follow us on Instagram with #RealtorMomsPodcast.
This podcast is produced by Jamie R. Swenson and Tasha Barrett of Park Company Realtors, 28 North 10th Street, Fargo, North Dakota, 58102.